Well, hello. I'm Winter Lake, and I have a prediction for you. The prediction is that Donald Trump will win re-election. He'll win re-election based on many things, but mostly it's because of the Democratic National Socialist Party. It's no longer just the Democratic Party. It has become a pseudo-Nazi regime overall. They've sold out the brave. They conjure fear itself. They sow racial division. Utilize violence to silence free speech. They allow the economy to be destroyed over needless lockdowns that don't work. The COVID 19 virus is chronic like the common cold, but does not kill on a magnitude even close to fever or cancer. Uh, it's very diabolical in their search for power, which is up their utmost desire. This is just a few things. They're willing to tear down every statue, every monument, every record of history that does not fit their narrative. And they'll do it to live in the infinite now. Everything is of the present, everything is of the state. And that is what they're pushing. And I think if you want to save the Republic of America, you will see through this Nazi agenda. They have no devotion to truth. They have no devotion to facts. They have no devotion to history. They want it all erased. Everyone is a white supremacist. Everyone is a racist. They sow this racial division. And they do it exquisitely well with their propaganda, and they cloak it in things that they say, oh, it's altruistic and so on. It's not altruistic. They're pushing an agenda that is very Nazistic and extremely dangerous to our current country. I mean, overall, yes. The virus in particular is a Chinese bioweapon unleashed on the country of the United States and the world, but particularly directed at us in order to destroy the economy. Hand in hand with the Democratic Nazi Party, they have, in totality, continued to destroy the magnificent economy which was roaring only a few short months ago. But things will change and the lockdowns will end once Donald Trump is reelected, and it will just be a better thing. Groups such as Antifa and BLM are hate groups. They use violence and looting to push a communist view. I mean, when 60 blacks are shot on the south side of Chicago that kill each other like savages, when you have the White Stones or, the Crips or any of the other innumerable gangs which are waging total war on each other, which is black on black crime, they call it. And BLM doesn't say anything about it. It's a joke. Black lives matter? Black lives don't matter. They're killing each other like savages. I know many black people. It doesn't matter. They're fine. They're sowing division. They're sowing this division, this racial divide, which does not exist. But they keep pushing it. Black Lives Matter is not addressing the real issues that are striking the ghetto of where these people live and what's happening. Martin Luther King was going to address the second level issue of what was plaguing the black man. That was his poverty. And that's the crux of it too. Poverty, education, they're being kept down. They're being kept down by the Democratic Party. That's who's keeping them down. Malcolm X pointed that out. Malcolm X died for it against that Islamic black devil, that one king of them all, Farrakhan, who labels everybody a white devil. So, in the end, you have to look at the history, but they don't want you to understand the history. They are selling their race to the reaper. It's very insidious. The tired and generational politician Biden is a joke. He's cognitively impaired. He has been in power for 30 years. He has done nothing but sell his supposed office to the hottest bidder. That's all this joker has done. If he has done anything greater than that, he wouldn't be where he is now. His son, Hunter Biden, sold it to the Ukrainians. They sold access. They sold it all. They bid it all. They're going to do it, and they'll continue to do it. This puppet, this cognitively impaired, dementia-ridden person is not capable of ruling the country. He's not capable of being alone in his own room. Probably doesn't even know where he is, let alone have access to atomic weapons. It's a very dangerous, slippery slope. A vote for Biden is a vote for death. Absolutely. The death of civilization, the death of America. That is your vote for Biden. And it's a very laughable joke. And it's not going to happen. Donald Trump is going to win. I predicted it, remote viewed it, seen it. Even in his second term, there'll be an attempted assassination and so on against Trump. But I have other predictions that I may make during this video. There's quite a few things that are going to be happening between 2020 and 2025. It's very fascinating. But, yeah, Biden is not in a cognitive way to handle himself. He doesn't understand what's even happening. He's been in politics for so long, and it's time to be going out to pasture. No border, no boundary, no country. The illegal issue is still very prevalent. They've overrun things. Mexico should just be made part of the United States. I've foreseen that maybe in the future it will be, it should be. During the Spanish-American War, we took it, but then we released it. We shouldn't have done that. Back in the 1800s, that should have been kept. That's just a side note. In dealing with the illegals, it goes hand in hand with what's happening in our country, because having a mass introduction of them into our country causes things to go erratically wrong when they're mostly on the dole and they're not paying taxes and they're getting free health care, free education, and so on. And they say, oh, they take the jobs they don't want. No, the second generation takes the higher tier jobs. Doctors, politicians, lawyers, and so on. It's very advantageous. In my own state of Illinois, I've seen massive taxation without representation. And the illegals are put before citizens. This kind of thing has to end. And COVID-19 is being used as a tool to destroy this country. And the Democrats are pushing it, saying it's Donald Trump's issue, and it's not. We need to look at the Chinese as the sole proprietor of where this bioweapon came from. And I know I'm moving around to several topics, but they all blend together into one central issue. That, do you think a guy like Biden is going to be cognitively aware or have the ability to address any of this? No. I mean, it's just not. Donald Trump will be reelected, and all of these things to which I've discussed will fade away, and not have the issues as strongly as they are now. Many people doubt that, and they're hating on him because they're obsessed. They're obsessed with him with this some neurosis, and it really doesn't matter. Anybody but Biden is the man of the hour. Donald Trump now is the man of the hour. Biden is not the man of the hour. If Biden is elected, American civilization will collapse. We are already on a death knell slide, mirroring the 1920s to the 2020s. So in this 100-year window, we are very much on the precipice of time and space. Now, is it going to repeat itself? Or do we have a man of the hour to bring balance? Yes, that's Donald Trump. But it could be anyone, but not Biden. I have looked into it. There are alternate timelines and different presidents have been elected, but all of them fail on the massive scale if Biden is to be elected during this time of this cohesion between the 1920s and the 2020s. Now, I don't know if you can comprehend what I'm saying, but we are on the verge of a Great Depression triggered by a contagion and forced lockdown due to politicians. Now, all of this can be reversed. The COVID virus is a chronic virus, but it is not as fatal as fever or the common cold. We know, we've seen that our hospitals are empty, so it's time to come back to ourselves. And if it's not, the civilization of America is over. The experiment will collapse. Food deserts, massive destruction on a scale never before seen. Absolutely. Man deprived is beast. I've always espoused the inherent evil of man will come to the fore once he is deprived. I'm surprised it's going this long, propped up by antics of the government to just give free money. But it's time now to come away from this kind of thing. And we need to end the lockdowns. We need to resume life as normal. Let the virus run its course. Do not elect the puppet Biden and allow our country to survive. And I have foreseen that it will. And hail the Republic of the United States of America. Because I love the country. And the country is great. But it's being violated. It's being violated and deprived of its rights through hate speech nonsense. You don't have hate speech. You either have free speech or no speech. And all of these other things that they're using to suppress religion, to suppress how people think, to silence people with violence, and they go around and they do these things. But I do have some other predictions between 2020 and 2025. The God particle will be fully decoded and realized. Real change is going to happen to Mexico. I think that possibly there will be serious talks about joining the United States, and a lot of the propaganda and other things will come to the end of things. There won't be so much of this censorship of the internet, which is happening now. And during Trump's second term, unfortunately, there will be an assassination attempt. So I'm Winter Lake. I'm a writer, philosopher, I've written over probably 22 books on the subject of vast ranges of things. And I'm also a avid physicist and other things, and just giving you some of my insight into the future.